Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take what does. If it does not, leave what does not, as that may be meant for someone else. All right, we're going to get some cards, tarot, and we're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with. We're going to look at what you may need to look at, and then we're going to look at possible future energies that may be coming in for you. And then we're going to get some tarot, some clarifiers, and close up with an oracle. All right, so I'm just going to take these two because that's all that I saw. All right, so we'll take these two together since they came out. So I feel like it is what you're struggling with is the Nine of Wands and the High Priestess. So I feel like you feel tired. You feel worn down, you feel exhausted, and maybe questioning. Sometimes we question our inner voice and our inner selves, and we're like, gosh, I listened to it before, but it didn't turn out the way that I was thinking, or, am I making the right decisions? Am I really connecting to my inner voice, or am I just maybe I'm projecting on something as to what I want to have happen? I feel like you may be struggling with that, that inner voice, that calmness, right? That listening to yourself. That maybe it could also be that you're not even listening to yourself, that you're ignoring it. Maybe there's some red flags or some signs that are going on around you and you're not listening to that you're like, no, I'm sure that's wrong. I'm sure that's wrong. Sometimes we do that, right? Because we're like, well, that's not what I want to hear. That's not the answer I want to hear. That's not the feeling that I want to have. So then we ignore it. All right. Well, here we go. Devil, what you need to look at. I feel like it could be that, it could be listening to your inner voice, listening to yourself. But I almost feel like with this, we have all of the cup, the pentacle, the swords, and the wands are covered in gold. So it's fool's gold, representing, are we fooling ourselves about something in a situation? Is there a situation that's going on for you that you're fooling yourself about and you're not listening to your inner voice? You're not listening to what that's telling you? Sometimes, like I said before, is that if we have something in our mind that we want things to go a certain way, or we're just like, we don't want to deal with it, and we'll ignore those red flags, we'll ignore those signs. Is that what you're doing today? And then for future energies, we have the Eight of Wands, which is the wands are coming toward you. I feel like it's a lesson learned. I feel like after you go through this process, you're like, oh, lesson learned, that from now on, I'm going to listen to that. We have the Five of Pentacles, and we have this one pentacle that's coming into the hand, so I feel like things happen for you. But Five of Pentacles can also represent a temporary hardship where things are kind of tough for a while, and I feel like until you realize that, are you in this fool's gold energy? Are you making things out to be better than they are, or are you ignoring red flags? And I feel like it might, like I said, lesson learned, that may change the way that you feel, and it's I'm not going to go down that path again, right? If I have a feeling that something's not right or something's off, that I'm going to listen to myself. I'm going to see those red flags. I'm going to acknowledge those red flags. We have the Hermit, which could represent Virgo, looking within to find those answers. I feel like that's what you're struggling with, is you're not looking within to find the answers. I feel like you're not really listening to yourself. I feel like your inner voice is trying to tell you something and you are ignoring it, right? That you're staying in that energy, that you're not processing it, that you're not taking a deeper look into it, that you're not looking out for your best interest. Sometimes we get so involved with people or situations that we're really not looking out for ourselves. We're really not making the best choices for ourselves, but sometimes we're in the middle of this energy and we don't even realize it. Like we know it, but we don't know it. Like we know, well, something's off and something's not right, but I'm sure it'll get better, right? I think yesterday I had posted on my community page, I had posted a really good, it was a post that I really liked, and it was that gaslighting yourself and all of those things that we say to ourselves. And I thought that was really good, and that's why I posted it. So I feel like that kind of maybe connects with this, in that, are you really looking out for yourself? Are you making excuses for yourself? Is it that battle within yourself? Sometimes we have that battle, like one part of us says we need to look into this, we need to make some changes, I'm not happy, and then one side will say, no, it's okay, it'll get better, I'm just going to ignore it, right? Kind of, we have the Two of Pentacles, and that we have the infinity sign, which is the individual empowerment and everlasting love. But I feel like it's finding that balance, that if you feel that something's not right, if you feel that something is off, to at least look into it, to explore it, to make sure that you kind of answer those questions, and you know, okay, maybe I was just overthinking, or you know what, maybe I do need to make some changes. We have the Emperor, which is Aries. So I feel like in this, what you need to look at, energy, is your own power, making decisions that are best for you. Looking yourself in the mirror and saying, am I truly happy? Am I making the best choices for myself? Am I listening to myself? Is this a relationship that I want to be in, or is this a controlling relationship? Is there balance within the relationship? Asking yourself those questions and just saying, am I really looking out for myself? We have the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is definitely someone who looks out for herself. She doesn't accept less than what she feels she deserves. That she takes the actions that she needs to find, to make sure that she is in the best energy and the best light that she can be. And I feel like that's you coming into that power. I love it. Coming into your own power, we have the Devil card again. So but I feel like that is you coming into your own strength. I feel this Devil card over here is kind of that fool's gold, that false. There's something negative, there's something toxic, there's some kind of negative energy that's surrounding you that you're ignoring. But over here, I feel like it's this Devil card represents you coming into your own power and feeling happy and looking out for yourself. And making the right choices for yourself. Bottom of the deck, we have the Chariot, which is the Cancer sign, and it's moving forward, that you're driving, that you're in control, right? That you're steering the chariot, that you're making the decisions that are best for you. Over here, I feel like you're not, because you're not listening to yourself, but over here, I feel like you start to come into that energy. All right, let's see. Let's pull these. All right, I'll grab that later. Sometimes we don't even want to deal with things, and we're like, oh, I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to let it go. We have the Lovers, which can represent a relationship. Is there a toxic relationship that you feel that you were involved in, or are there things going on within your relationship that you're not confronting, but also that can represent the relationship that you have with yourself? Is that's what's going on there, that you're not being clear? I feel like the Moon can, which is Pisces, which can represent, are you not clear about a relationship, or are you being deceptive to yourself, that you're saying that you're okay, but you're not really feeling like you're okay, that you're saying that everything is fine, but there's that inner voice that's around you that's saying, oh, there's something off, there's something off, there's something that needs to be addressed. We have the Knight of Wands, which I love this, because the Wands are taking actions. It's almost like you're questioning it here, you're kind of thinking about it, you're researching it, and then you're really coming into more clarity. And Knight of Wands is taking actions for that forward movement. And you're like, you know what? I really need to address this. I really need to look into this. We have the Death card, which is Scorpio. So it could be, again, you are holding on to something that is holding you back, right? That maybe you're holding on to, ignoring those signs and those things. But Death card also represents that transformation and that change. And you're like, you know what? I'm going to come into my own power, and I'm going to take control of the situation. I'm going to rise above the situation, right? Six of Wands is success and victory, and I'm going to rise above the situation, and I'm going to handle it. Maybe in the past I used to ignore it, but I've got to start looking out to myself. Page of Wands is communicating. There may be somebody, could be a partner, it could be a friend, that you need to talk to. That you really need to work this out. That you need to talk to this person. You need to discuss this. You need to sort through this. So, because Page of Wands is communication. Communication is extremely important in any type of relationship, with a family member, with a friend, with a partner. Communication is key. If you don't have that, then there's all sorts of trouble that starts to happen. We have Queen of Wands and Queen of Wands. Again, I feel like that's even stronger of you coming into your own power and your own energy. You have to look out for you. You can't put that on anyone else. That if you're not happy or you're not feeling something is right, that you have to take the actions, to take the communication, to work it out and to fix the situation, that you can't put it on other people. We have the Hangman. I feel like this is because you realize this. You're like, you know what? If I want change in my life, if I'm feeling something's not right, I need to acknowledge it, and I have to take the steps. I have to step up to the plate, and I have to handle the situation, because I have to be in the driver's seat to make sure that I surround myself with the best possible energy that I can, that I make the best possible choices that I can for myself, and to not question myself, to not doubt that. To listen to my inner voice, that if something's feeling not right, that I will explore it and I will see and find those answers in order to settle myself down. And who knows, I may find something, I may not find something, but at least I've made the effort to acknowledge that I wasn't feeling right, to acknowledge that something felt off. And I think that that's extremely important. Oh, look at that. Bottom of the deck, we have the Devil card again. So we have the Devil card came out 3 times. That's pretty cool. But I feel like that's you coming into your own power and your own energy and your own strength, and you being strong, because he has all these muscles here. So I feel like that represents strength and your own fire and your own passion to look out for yourself. And you saying that, again, you are in control of where your life goes and the people that you surround yourself with and the choices that you make, and that you have to look out for yourself and make the best choices that are for you. Sometimes that's really hard. Sometimes that's really hard. Sometimes we have to walk away from relationships. We have to walk away from people. We have to walk away from situations, and that's hard. But when we get away from that, we feel that lightness, we feel that freedom, and we say, hey, I'm really looking out for myself. I'm really making those decisions that are best for me. I'm really taking on my own energy, my own power here. But that's something that you have to decide for yourself, that you have to take the actions to make it happen. It's up to you, and to not be deceptive to yourself. All right. Oh, okay. This one came flying out, and we have, which I love this one, because Peacock Spirit, I feel like it says let it shine, but I feel like that's you shining, right? That you are saying, hey, I am so happy. I am making the best choices for me. I'm looking out for me. That if I feel something's off or not right, that I'm going to look out for me and I'm going to make those changes. And I love that. I love that. I love self-empowerment. That's the best thing in the whole entire world. It's such a feeling of this 6 of Wands, right? It's such a feeling of empowerment, especially if you feel you haven't had it before. Or, you know, that if maybe you've had it, but it wasn't to the fullest extent. And becoming more, I mean, look at this, 3 Devil cards here, and I just feel like that's coming into your own power. But that is up to you, for you to make it happen. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.